Good afternoon, everyone. I thought I wanted to make it, but I forgot that I was watching another game, to be honest with you guys. So I said, let me run in here and get things out the way. Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Gerald Bell. Glad to see you in the place, sir. Oh, yes, it's Saturday. It's day before Sunday football. Getting ready to do my week 8 picks for Uncle Claude. Uncle Claude, I hadn't seen you up here in a while, except in a few chats, but I hope you got the message and you decided that, hey, maybe I'll get over here with him and try to tease him. As we get into it, folks, I just wanted to let you know I do not condone gambling, sports gambling. Okay. So I don't want a lot of people to say, oh, there he goes, gambling on football. No, no, no. These are fun things that I like to do with people, and we have our own little thing that we do, make our own little predictions about things and the way the games might go, especially on Sunday. So, with that being said, let's talk about right quick Thursday's night game, which I don't consider football on Thursday. Well, okay, well, we'll leave it to the sports announcers and all that good stuff. Um, myself, uh, I think that that game with Buffalo and who was it? Buffalo and the Buccaneers, Tampa Bay, Bills winning it 24 to 18. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. So that for me, that concludes the week of football. So let's get into the beginning of this week's football games. And if you're there, Uncle Claude, or anybody wants me to drop the link and talk about a few things with the game, we can do that. Okay, let's get into it first. First game, my prediction of the first game, the Jets and the Steelers. The Jets, I mean, the Jets and the Giants. Wow. Oh, Uncle Claude, bad omen there, bad omen. The New York Jets and the New York Giants, two New York teams. Jets are 3-3, Giants are 2-5. They're at home. The Giants are at home. And really, for me, this is a toss up game. I'm going to give it to the Jets over the Giants. Okay. Uh, like I said, my predictions, my going away, my doing things. Good evening, afternoon, your pleasure, 721. Thank you for coming up and listening to me try to pop Uncle Claude about his football games. Um, let's go to the next one. This is a good one here, folks. The Steelers and the Jaguars. Jaguars 5-2, Pittsburgh 4-2. But they're at home this coming Sunday. So with that being said, Uncle Claude, I did a coin toss because I really don't like the Steelers or the Jaguars. But what happened was that my decision was that I would go with the doggone, let me see here, Pittsburgh Steelers over the Jaguars because number one, they're at home. Number two, they're going to come in and at home, yeah. And this is a time of season for me, folks, to where it's week 8 and halfway of the season. They're going to have to prove something, and by Pittsburgh being 4-2, they're going to have to prove that they're serious. So at home, if they lose at home, God bless them. That's the only thing I'm going to say to them. God bless them. My next game, the Eagles versus the Washington Commanders. Well, what can I say about these two teams? Philadelphia, 6-1. Washington Commanders, 3-4. All right, let's not kid ourselves, folks. The Eagles are going to go win whopping, but at Washington, even though they're at home. So my prediction right there is the Philadelphia Eagles over the Washington Commanders. My next pick, the Rams at Dallas. Are they at Dallas? That's yeah, they are at Dallas. The Rams and the Cowboys. The Cowboys 4-2. The Rams 3-4. Now the way the Cowboys have been playing lately, and I'm going on strength alone, and the Rams coming off or whatever. I got a feeling that Dallas is going to lose this one, folks. I hate to say it. I'm picking the Rams over Dallas because I got a feeling that the wheels are going to roll off this wagon. And yeah, they started out hot, but it's that time of year. Like I said, week 8, halfway through the season. My next pick, Green Bay Vikings and Minnesota. Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Both teams won. The Minnesota's 3-4. Green Bay is 2-4. They're at home. So what do you think? Overall, people are getting kind of messed up about the quarterback at Green Bay. My friend, he was kind of disappointed at the loss, but you know what? I'm going to do a flip flop on him. I'm taking Green Bay over Minnesota this Sunday because for the simple reason they're at home. And like I said, this time of season, nobody wants to be a loser at home, really, no matter what. Let's go to the Falcons. Falcons and the Titans. What can I say? What can I say? I'm picking the Falcons to win over the Titans. Okay. Why? Good question. Why would I pick the Falcons over the Titans? Well, one reason, 4-3, Titans 2-4. Let's face it. And even at home, the Titans stink. The Titans stink. Oh, good afternoon, Vibrant Law. Yes, I'm doing a little football predictions. Like I said, I see people up there, and I'm sorry. I'm concentrating on my sports thing here, so I want to get it right. I want to be right with my predictions and say things that I don't normally say about a team. So the next team that we have, let's see, Miami and the New England Patriots. And don't be afraid to put your thoughts in about who you might think will win or what your favorite team might be. Okay, because it's all in fun and I'm just having fun doing something that I like to see other people do. Talk to each other. Okay, the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. New England is 2-5. Miami's 5-2. Miami is at home. New England, let's face it, they haven't been on the ups and ups for a while. So it would be stupid for me to go against Miami in a critical game at home during season. I mean, yeah, week 8. So I am picking Miami and the Patriots at home to win that game. The Colts, okay, the Colts and the Saints. Let's face it, folks. Colts will win at home. Okay, that's what I'm saying. The Colts will win. I don't know how they're going to manage to pull it out, but I'm giving them benefit of the doubt because the Patriots really I don't like New England. Let's face it, I don't like New England. I haven't ever liked New England. So That's that. The Panthers and the Texans. Oh boy, what can I say? Panthers and the Texans. Uncle Claude, I wish you were here so you could help that out. Help me out on this one. The Texans, they're 3-3. Carolina's 0-6. Now I said a lot of games week 8 they're at home. Most of them are at home. I really don't like Houston. I mean, I'm not a Houston fan or anything. And Carolina being at home 0-6. I think what I'm going to do, that'll be my upset game of the week for me. The Carolina Panthers are going to pull this out over the Houston Texans. Uh, like I said, that's my upset game of the week. Carolina beating Houston to get their first win. To get their first win, folks. That's my prediction. Okay, next we have the Seahawks and the Browns. They are at Seattle, so it should be a no-brainer. Seattle 4-2, Cleveland 4-2. So I'm going to run with the Seattle Seahawks. That's my prediction, Seattle Seahawks. Next game we got is the San Francisco 49ers and the oh, did I say Seattle and the Bengals? I meant Seattle and Cleveland Brown. Reading too fast, getting ahead of myself. Seattle will beat Cleveland. Okay. Seahawks. The 49ers over the Bengals. That's my next prediction. And I went against the grain last Sunday and I picked the Chiefs and I picked the Chiefs to lose, and I know I should have known better. But this time the Chiefs goes to Denver, and they got something to prove. Really, they do. If they're going to be a Super Bowl team or repeat, they're going to have to beat Denver, and I believe they're going to go to Denver and beat Denver soundly, regardless of what Denver's record is. Kansas City is going to go in there and whop them, which really we already know Denver's record isn't that good. Okay. Like I said, it's just fun for me. And Uncle Claude, thank you for inspiring me to do something to where if you don't feel like doing it, because I don't, I do it. I do it. I'll do it. Okay, the next game, the Ravens and the Arizona Cardinals. Let's face it, folks. There's no doubt who's going to win that one. Okay, the Ravens are going to go in with their 5-2 record, and Arizona 1-6 record. Even though Arizona is at home, the Ravens are going to come out top. My next game, which is, I believe it's the Bears and the Chargers. Oh, do I feel good because our Bears won last week? How do I feel about that one? The Bears are leaving Chicago. They're going to LA. I mean, yeah, the Chargers. Yeah, the Bears are 2-5. Chargers are 2-4. But when it all comes down to it, the Bears will be a 3-5 team. The Chargers are going to be a 2-5 team. So you know my prediction. I'm picking the Bears over the Chargers. And for my Monday night game, folks, I've taken the Detroit Lions over the Raiders. Those are my picks for this Sunday, and I hope that you enjoyed them. Uncle Claude, you can get a review. You can always hit me up on my community board or on where I post stuff at. Now, I said there was a movie suggestion, and let me talk about that right quick before I leave here. I watched a very, very interesting movie on Paramount Plus the other day. And you guys know how I am about being into music and the things that I try to keep up on with music. And there's an interesting second story about Milli Vanilli. Uh, the story starts out with the only survivor. Well, we know there were two. The only survivor, Milli Vanilli, telling the story and talking about the things that we do. Hello, YouTube cameras, dear. Hello, dear. How you doing? Yeah, I'm getting ready to speak upon the Milli Vanilli movie, which came out on Paramount Plus. And I just want to say, if people are interested in how the big record companies were working back in the early 80s during the day, there are some interesting characters in there. They talk about their manager. They even bring Clive Barker in it at Aristasia Records. Uh, and we all know the reason that they lost their popularity was because they lip synced. They didn't sing a note, actually, but it was interesting the way that their rise to stardom, what Fabia has to say about their rise to stardom, the reason that they did what they did. And like they said, he wanted the fame, he wanted to be a star. Both of them wanted to be stars. But also with this becoming that, they made a pact with the devil. You know, they made a pact with the devil. So I'm not going to give away the whole thing of the story, but if you are interested in watching how people did other people back in the day, especially when it comes to music, you get Paramount Plus. If there's some way you can watch it on Paramount Plus, or go to 123 Movies. Even I think they have it up there, and watch the Milli Vanilli story. And every time I think about that movie, I think about the song that Rob loved. And thank you for sharing me, YouTube cameras. Thank you so very much. I think about the song "Blame It on the Rain." That was one of his favorite songs that he lip synced to. And come to find out later, with proper training and proper management, these guys probably could have been big stars, big hits. But then again, you have to look at the country they were from, the way things went, and how people treated them over there. Hello, Aisha. How you doing, dear? Yes, I did my earlier football predictions, and I was talking about. Thank you for coming up, guys, too, and thank you for the thumbs up. I was talking about the new Milli Vanilli movie, and once again, the only thing I'm going to say about that movie is it'll tug at your heartstrings. It'll make you sit back and think what people did for and what they're doing now for fame and fortune, and just to be out there in the limelight. Uh, I don't see how anything has changed from back then up until now, because we see stars and everything become famous and then boom, there's something wrong. I will say though that the movie is very entertaining, it's very enlightening, and like I said before, it will tug at your heartstring. It will tug at your heartstring. Oh, Natisha. Hi, Natisha. Okay, dear. Yeah. You know what? I think I did. I think I've done that before too. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I have done that before too. But God bless you and thank you for that. Uh, yeah, it's a movie that will tug at you and make you wonder what will we sell our souls for? You know, how far will we go to really be famous? Even here on these YouTube streets, sometimes when you think about it, what links will we go to just to have the numbers and everything else? I appreciate all my people that come up and say hi, and my subscribers on this new channel, which I will be trying to do more of, enlightening things and talking about things that'll make you think about other stuff besides. Well, yeah, it'll be some junk thrown in it too, because like I did my Halloween thing last night, and that was, to me, that was something I had to do. But once again, my football predictions, Uncle Claude. If you hear them, I'll go over to. I'll just give you my winners. I'm taking the Jets, the Steelers, the Eagles, the Rams, Green Bay, Atlanta Falcons, Miami, the Colts, the Panthers, Seahawks, 49ers, and the Kansas City Chiefs, the Ravens, the Bears, and the Lions. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. If you have Walmart Plus, okay. I'll look into that, but I can quietly as a cap. I can get Paramount for free too, without being and owning somebody. And thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed my commentary at times. I know sometimes I not try to comment on things too much or too harsh, but I'm glad some people enjoy it. But like I said, two things: my predictions for this week and the movie Milli Vanilli. Please, folks, if you get a chance, take a break. You want to watch something good, a documentary that's really enlightening, and it tells the truth as close as you can get to the truth when you think about it. So with that being said, I'm going to pop off of here. I'm going to try to get myself ready for what? I don't know. Am I going to listen to some more YouTube? Probably. If not, I will be watching football. It's Saturday too. They got college games on, and I do watch college football. So I didn't see Uncle Claude up here, but Uncle Claude, next time maybe we can hook up together and we'll do some man talk, real manly talk. With that being said, I want to say thank you again, Natisha. I want to thank you, YouTube's camera, for being up, and thank you for sharing me out. Uh, to my guy that always pops up and in here, Gerald Bell, and one and only Vibrant Low with that smile turned upside down. Thank you all for being in the chat and coming up and listening to me just talk. Just talking. Oh, okay. Yeah, YouTube cameras. I gotta keep from following you like that, because pretty soon they're gonna say I've been stalking you. and like I said, I enjoy your commentary too on your channel, your platform. It's very enlightening, and it gives you something to think about. And we both have our own opinions about things. Maybe one day we can get together and hook up and do a live together and talk about things on YouTube. I'll put it, my man point of view. You have it your woman point of view. Because let's face it, guys, men and women think differently. We don't think alike. As the old book goes, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, or however that book went. We're different. We're two different planets on a planet. Okay. Okay. We can think of a topic, and I'll run it by you and you can run it by me. Or yeah, it's interesting because men and women do not think alike on every aspects in life around here. And me being an older gentleman, I've got my opinions. I can be controversial, which I'm trying not to be too controversial, but I can be. So, and I want to say once again, thank you. Yeah. Oh, you think so, Natisha? You think it'll be awesome? Well, thank you, dear. I'm hoping that maybe one day a man and a woman can get together and have a platform together where one is a host and I'm going to be her co-host. I'll put it that way. Ladies first. Okay. Always ladies first. I'll be her co-host. And once again, I thank you guys for coming up. Don't worry. Like I said, I'm going to be around to try to keep you guys, abreast of stuff. Uh, YouTube cameras. Thank you. Yes, she is. She is Natisha. She is amazing. That's what I'm saying. As a content creator and as a woman with an opinion and substance, she is very creative. She's very creative. And I also want to I got to give thanks to my angel, the love of my life out there that inspired me to go ahead and do something different and try to make it more than just drama, drama, drama all the time. Uh, Thank you so very much, dear. Thank you so very much. Yes, thank you. And see, that's what I'm talking about. We can come up here and talk with each other. My phone is trying to ring. I got to decline that. That's another thing. I'm gonna have to get me a computer or a tablet or a new something because I get tired of these interruptions when I get ready to do my lives and stuff. So to you guys, I want to say I will see you out there on the YouTube streets. Um, and as I say all the time, you know, don't be afraid to call one another, check on one another, especially if somebody is elderly and they're sick, or even just call a person just to say hi, you know. And don't forget to tell somebody every day that you love them because the way the world is going now, we never know how it's going to be. I'm looking at that tragedy that happened up in Maine the other day. I was going to speak on it, but I'm just going to say, may God have mercy on their souls because they didn't do anything. And the man that done it, I'm not going to try to give him too much credence or anything on that one, but he took his own life. So that goes to show you that there is mental illness out there, people. We don't know why. Yeah, it was heartbreaking. It was so heartbreaking. And prayers to all those that lost a. It wasn't just people. It wasn't people. It was families. A father and his son, a wife, a mother, coaches. It was a close knit town. It was a close knit town, and people knew each other there. And from what I got from the news accounts, they hadn't had anything like this happen in this town for 15 years. And this time it was the highest I don't want to use the word, but it was the highest taking of lives since that town has been in existence in 15 years. That was more people to lose their lives in that town in the past 15 years through that kind of act of senseless violence. So once again, my prayers go out to all the people in Maine. And you guys always be diligent of yourself when you're out there. I know sometimes even I forget. Things can happen, but be aware of your surroundings, you know. Yes, that's true. That's true. All them different places, the Tops and Buffalo, Sandy Hook, you know, even at Walgreens, we had one here, not here, but at another Walgreens store, you know. That's all we can do, Letitia, is watch and pray and make sure that God takes care of even our loved ones that are away from us, even while they're out traveling or going somewhere. Because there's a lot of crazy stuff that's been going on. They had a pilot that was trying to take down an airplane with a plane full of people, over 300 people. But thank God the crew was able to stop him from doing that. Uh, like I said, the world does belong to the devil, folks. That's why we have so much craziness going on, I believe. People are making a pact with the devil now. They're selling their souls because they make us seem like we're hopeless. It's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. It's the beginning of your life if you look at it. Every day is a new beginning, and we should try to live that one day at a time. As that song says, one day at a time, sweet Jesus. Yes, that's what we should do. The lobbyists who are sellers and think of money, so they always, well, yeah, yeah. Let's face it. The NRA buys lobbyists. We know this. They buy the lobbyists, and the laws that sometimes we think they should be passing, they're not passing. The things they should be doing, they're not doing. So that's true. That's so very true. Our we got to look at our government too. The people that we elect, their real agenda in life. What do they want for this country? It's like they're trying to sell out everything. You know, they're well. Good evening, Miguel. How are you doing? They're trying to sell out their stuff and our country. And I'm thinking to myself, what is going on? You know, we used to make things here in this country. We used to produce a lot of stuff. We never did depend on other countries like we're doing. Well, I'm not going to say we didn't depend. We did depend because there was trade, real trade. But when it got to the point to where other countries were holding back secrets, holding back things, and learning from us, and then going back and doing it better. Put it that way, putting it better. You say they pass every age, they pass every low age and etc. They got money for the war, but they can't feed the poor. Well, Natisha, that is true. That is so true. But there's also some countries that can't even feed their own people. Now, mind you, I'm all for charity, but charity begins at home and it spreads abroad. And until we get even with ourselves as Black people, until we realize that we have more to give than just words, we have action. We can take a recourse of action and get out there and do things. The world is not going to change, I don't believe. Yeah, they did. And you know, when you think about it, you look at reparations. Where that's another subject I'll be talking upon and thinking about it. Reparations for Black people in this country. You know, their parents were born in this country. Uh, their parents, great grandparents were slaves, and even some of those people that came over here from a different country. You know, because let's face it, all slaves did not come from from Africa, if you can believe that or not. We were the bulk. Yes, we were the bulk, but there were also Black people that were taken to different sections of the world, all parts of the world. That's how we got to be everywhere, this place and that place. I know, like I said, even back in the day, getting back to the Milli Vanilli story, you'll see that Black people even had it rough over in Europe, being born there, raised there. Some in Germany. One was from Germany. The other one was from Amsterdam, I believe. But there were two guys that came together, and because they were Black, they were used. They were bought and sold. But like I said, that's with fortune and fame. Um, it's hard for me to sit up and talk about things in my past because I get so angry when I see how we're still in that mind frame or that mindset of people destroying one another for what? Just so they can have something a little bit better than the other person. And when it used to be a time when we would band together, help each other pay our rent, help each other pay the light bill. Even when a family was hungry, we would get together and feed them. But now it's like the world it's changed. Yeah, there's modern techniques, but there's things that we have seen out there. I'm not going to say it's good. Everything is good, but some things that we do, we can do better. And as Black people, we should learn to respect one another once in a while. Uh, be mindful to know that there are some sick people out there too, not only white, Asian, but we have Black people that are mentally ill. And the things that we say and do to one another sometimes might only not only trigger them, but let's hope that we don't get the copycatting. And we have been doing that here lately, if you look at it. Let's hope we don't get the copycatting. When I mean copycatting is doing like the other side does. You know. Well, once again, thank you guys for the thumbs up. And once again, thank you for the shares, YouTube cameras. And Natisha, I will remember to say Natisha. And Natasha, baby, you know what I'm thinking. Ligale, thank you for being over here once again. I don't have any moderators on the channel. I'm trying to make up my mind what I'm going to do about the moderators. Uh, and as soon as I figure out what StreamYard and YouTube are going to do, you know, because sometimes I notice when we bring people up, the sound is distorted. Everything is crazy, you know. So, like I said, it could be that a lot of people don't know about going from 4G to 5G. 5G, when they're changing over technology, look out. That's another thing we can talk about later on, AIs, and which is supposed to be artificial intelligence, but I think it's more absence intelligence than anything because man doesn't put in everything he can to put in the safety measures for artificial intelligence if they decide to take over. Because look at movies like The Terminator, uh, Annabelle. Well, no, Annabelle was more of a, I think, what's that other girl's name? The one that the doll that they made, and she came to life and started going around whacking people. Machines, it's possible for a machine to take over if you give it too much. Even they even got cars now that drive now, and you know they'll steer themselves, park themselves. They're taking a lot of things away from us as human beings that we're taking for granted. You know, we used to have phone booths. Find me a phone booth somewhere. Find me a payphone. You know, now we rely on the cell phones and computers and all that stuff. Well, hello, D Miss So. Thank you for coming up. God bless you. I know you probably want to do a replay, but I was doing football picks and talking about this new movie, Milli Vanilli, and a few other things that ran across my mind. I loved you guys last night, like I said in the Halloween contest. I giving kudos out once again to Lady Nika. You guys put it together the way you guys had it. I loved it. It gave me goosebumps to see that, hey, things were so wonderful out there. And there was another contestant. Let me at least not forget her because she was up there and she did the most heart wrenching, warming thing. Instead of taking her winning, she decided to give her winnings to a friend who had cancer. And uh, that was, yeah, that took me back. That took me back. Um, there are people out there, young people that care really. Yeah, it was executed 100% YouTube. It was 2300J. Yes, that's who it was, 2300J. Kudos to her for getting out there performing and dancing. And when it came to the money, she said, give it to, she's got a friend. She's going to donate it to her. You know, we had some people that cry about not winning. She didn't win and didn't cry. She got a cash app, but what did she do? She gave it away. She shared it. She gave it to a friend, somebody that's close to her. Yes. Yes. Yeah, she deserves, everybody on here deserves support when it comes to doing positive things. And uh, we had it. I'm rambling. No, I'm not rambling now. I'm thinking about everything that I listened to after the contest last night. And one of them, like I said, and once again, I'm not beating the horn. Don't let me get in trouble about it. But YouTube cameras came up. And like she said, there's so much that was going on, the doxing, the signifying. It made you want to get away from YouTube for a few days. And that contest was refreshing. The music was great and everything was great. Megan, yeah, yeah, Megan is the doll that I was talking about. You're right. Megan, AI, artificial intelligence. We're going to have a discussion about some of these movies and what they really, truly, truly mean. Um, like I said, the world is changing, folks, but we're still setting. Some of us are setting our own ways or old ways, which the old ways really, when you take it back to the plantation, we're still going out there telling master everything somebody, the black man is doing or the black woman is doing, so we can get our little piece of the pie. You know, we can have that little extra fruit, which is pittance compared to really, really. It has gotten dark. You're right, Stephen. So it's gotten dark, very dark, and I'm just hoping that, and this YouTube cameras, I'm hoping that somebody will break a light or be able to bring a flashlight or a spotlight and guide us out of that way of thinking. Because everything we do on YouTube, we don't have to degrade each other. The doxing, like I said, calling sheep, you know, on mothers with children, having people lose their jobs because you don't like that person. And a lot of it is mental. It's a mental thing. I can say I don't like somebody, but am I going to try to ruin their lives? No, I don't think so. I don't think God put us here on this earth to try to ruin one another. He put us here to try to help one another. And if we can't see that, and take time out to say, you know what? I'm going to take a break from this stuff. I'm going to do something that makes me feel good. I'm not going to go up there and curse nobody out. I'm not going to go up there and call you a bunch of names or say things to you that really, really is degrading, the things that the devil would do, because he tried to tempt Jesus. He said he would give him the world, and Jesus told him he already owns it. He couldn't give him anything. And I own my peace of mind, and I own, and like I said, just my thoughts. I have them. God gave it to me, and I'm hoping He's gonna give me my thoughts to say the right things and do the right things here on these platforms and with people. So yeah, there's some people we have to call out. There's some people we have to call out. So don't, them 7 pieces of silver, they're not worth it. 7 pieces of gold, or however some people say it. The story changes throughout the years. Some people say silver, some people say gold. But them 7 pieces of money is a pittance to what you can get, because nobody knows where we go after we leave here. We only speculate. But if we have the faith of a grain of a mustard seed, we can believe that we're going to go to a place that's a lot better than this, and we can have joy in our hearts every day, every day. So with that being said, y'all, once again, I want to thank everybody for coming up. Thank you, those that clicked the like, the thumbs up button. I appreciate it. And also, I did hit over 100. I have 101 subscribers now on this new channel, which makes me feel good. And like I said, if it's just 101 or just one, somebody will pass it along. Somebody will get the message. And the more we talk civil to one another, the better off we might feel when we wake up the next morning. Okay, you guys, let's go over to just as the YouTube turns and see what's going on. And with that being said, you guys have a great afternoon. Love all you guys as Jesus loved us all. With that being said, good night, y'all. Have a pleasant one.